Hey, it's Ron here with F-Stop House, Airbnb, Pensacola, Florida, making my sixth and final video installment here. And this video is going to be tips and tricks and food safety emphasis here. It'd be a short video, so just bear with me. Couple of things that I didn't tell you in any of the other videos that you will need to know. First off, if you need to refresh your memory about this frothing pitcher operation, there's a card right here that I keep underneath these plates in the cabinet. Also, the manual on the Agitator coffee machine is up here. Underneath, both of these are underneath these plastic plates here. So if you need to refer to the manuals, there you go. Next item here is I want everybody to realize that this frother, which was covered, the use of which was covered in video 5. Neat little device here, but it's got this little agitator here. Now this agitator snaps in place, and once in place there, you don't have to worry about it just falling out because you invert the pitcher. But if you don't realize that it'll come out and you're like scrubbing this over the garbage disposer, you can, with a brush or whatever, you can knock that piece out and lose it or destroy it, and then this thing is forever worthless. So please don't do that. A good way of cleaning this, unless you've let it sit out with milk in it that got hard, is after every use, put a little water in it to the max line, put 1 drop of detergent in it, and just run it through a hot froth cycle, and then pour that soapy water out, rinse it real well, and put it back in place, and it'll be fine. So just make sure you don't let it go without cleaning, especially if you've used it for some milk drink. Then the other food safety issue I want to go through with you here real quick is the use of the milk carafe on the Agitator machine, the milk pitcher. Sometimes people forget to put this in the fridge after they make a cappuccino, and the milk can go bad or become suspect. And if that happens, you need to do a major cleaning cycle on this. And to do that, the first thing you have to do is make sure that this water reservoir here that was covered in the very first video is all the way full. And you also need to make sure that this pitcher has been washed with detergent and hot water, just like you would any other item of, any other pitcher. And it's cleaned and filled with cold water, tap water. And then you put it in here. And once you do that, you're going to need a large reservoir to catch all this. It's going to run 2 cleaning cycles and go through 2 entire pitchers of water. So I just like to use this right here. I just put that in place. That'll catch everything. And then you just go to the menu here. Hit the menu. And once you get the menu up here, you shouldn't adjust any of these things. Just go through the arrow until you get to the full carafe clean or pitcher clean. Once you're there, then you can hit this check mark. Please don't adjust or get inside any of those other menus. If you have any issues or you have concerns with this, you can always call or text me, and I can either visit the home to do this for you or I can talk you through it. In any case, once you have this carafe clean, hit the check mark. Once you do that, it's going to show you some symbology telling you to use tap water and make sure that both this reservoir and this pitcher are full. And as long as you know they are, and that you've got something to catch the mess underneath this, go ahead and hit your button, your check mark. And I guess you got to hit it twice there. I didn't remember that. But once you do that, it's going to heat things up. And it's going to start injecting steam and hot water through this pitcher. And it's going to do that 2 times. After the first load, it's going to stop, and symbology will come up here to tell you to refill this pitcher and then hit the check mark. And so now you can see it's starting to clean now. So you'll have to load this pitcher twice, and after the second time, it'll be clean. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch this through the whole thing because it would take 3 or 4 minutes, but you get the point. This is how you clean this, do a major cleaning on this pitcher. This is only necessary if you have got suspected bad milk in the pitcher itself. If you remember to put this away every time in the fridge, then it's just not an issue. One other thing I want to tell you is about coffee beans. If you decide you want to use some coffee beans of your own, please do check with me first, because certain coffee beans, especially if they have a glossy shine to them or flavorings or things like that added to it, will gum up the grinding mechanism in this machine and render it useless, and it will cost a couple $100 to send it to the manufacturer and get it cleaned up and refurbished. So please don't put any beans in this thing without checking with me first. The beans that I use are super high quality, and there's really no reason that you wouldn't be pleased with them anyway. The other thing is, don't put any weird flavored grounds in the bypass chute here. If you're worried about that, please call me and check with me on that as well. I think that, looking at my notes here, I think that concludes the entire series of videos here. You can see that this pitcher is now just about emptied. This one is full, so when it shuts down, I'm going to empty this pitcher, I'm going to refill this one, and then I'll hit the check mark, and it'll repeat this process one more time. And at the end of that second pitcher, this will be a sterile, safe pitcher. Again, you can reuse it for a new load of milk. As you can see, the machine has now stopped, and it's telling me to refill this and re-rinse it. So that's what I would be doing here, is dumping this in the sink and refilling this, and then coming back here and hitting this for the second cleaning cycle, and then it would be done. I hope that makes sense. Any questions at all, as always, just text me or call me, and I'll be happy to lend a hand however I need to. Thanks a lot. I hope you're enjoying the coffee and enjoying the house in general. Take care.